Welcome to my little star map. Every star is a true star in my heart, and when I make this message, or when I record this message, I just basically finished the setup for the Return to Zion fund, a New Jerusalem Covenant fund, to create and build a true embassy, a representation on Mount Zion. We have here the presentation. Now, when I say I want to return to Zion, that means this is here. Okay, and for a lot of people in this world, this has a true meaning. This has a true meaning. It doesn't matter where you're coming from which walk of life, regardless of what religion you subscribe to, this place is in the hearts of millions and countless billions of people on this earth. And whatever happens in this place affects the whole world. So now, because these stars represent places I have been, and in each place I stayed at homes, I talked to people, I talked to living stones. They are the stars here on this earth, and they spread a message. They spread a message about some of the things I told them, and I told them about Zion. So now, because currently I am here in Germany, and you see immediately when you think about Germany, this is a very problematic continent. It's a very problematic continent because of our history. Because of our history. That's it. Okay. Because of our past. Because our past and future and current status of Germany is deeply, deeply connected with whatever ever happens in Zion. Okay. Now, America is also a huge, has a huge part to play. We currently are talking about Trump. Now, Trump is from New York, and when we go to New York, there is Babylon. You know, I mean, if you go punch in Babylon, you will find it's like one of the suburbs of New York City. This is modern day Babylon, and they say it right out. I mean, it's not that they hide it. Okay, so the Statue of Liberty, when you come in, it's basically the goddess of fertility. You know, this is where pornography and all this movie stuff is coming out, and this is why they have a pretty dirty language, the New Yorkers. So when you talk Trump, I mean, he's the guy of the skyscrapers. Okay, I mean, so while this is only one dot on the map, you know, he's a what can I say? You know, he did some quite nice stuff. Now, I stood here on Brooklyn Bridge. I stayed various times here on Brooklyn Park Bridge in the apartments directly opposite of the Watchtower Society, overlooking them and thinking about, aha, even here the witnesses of Jehovah, whatever they may say, but they are present. We have here the Times Square. David Wilkerson, one of the stones I met in Zion. Unfortunately, he passed away, but here's Times Square Church in the area where through one man the whole area of New York was transformed. Movies were made about this. Now the movies, they're done here. Okay, they're done here. All right, and this is one of the most beautiful places actually in the world. I really have to say, they have beautiful beaches. The first time I arrived here, I came to Irvine. Went there to the Jewish Community Center, the elementary school, stayed in a Shomer Shabbos household, drove to an Orthodox synagogue, But I also stayed here up in Hollywood, where the sign is. Went to Beverly Hills, have very dear friends there. And so each of these stars currently, they are preparing. Brazil Olympics is taking place there. I'm thinking about my friend Miro. He's currently preparing to go to Belo Horizonte. She's one of the participants in the Olympics as a marketer, bringing Germany and Brazil together. He will have here in Rio de Janeiro. I tried to be there actually. Here in Rio de Janeiro, close to the German house, we will have a beer garden. Miro will have a beer garden during the Olympics. So now we have here South Africa. South Africa currently is not in a very good shape. Not a very good shape. Malcolm Hedding, one of the stars here from Zion, currently sitting here in Murfreesboro. You know, this way he turned away, so he's right here. Murfreesboro. Here sits Daryl. Daryl Hedding and you know, his beautiful wife Katja. Now Katja, she is from Finland. So let's see where this is here. From this little town here. I have a Torah book. I brought them one because they speak German. And these are the hearts and their stories are permanently, constantly on my heart. So even you perhaps did not hear about me. Perhaps you thought I'm dead, or you know, it's I was alive and I always had you on my heart. The problem is that only now, after years and years, technology makes it possible to transport a very complicated message, you know, into a very easy presentation. Well, the easy presentation is all these stars. It doesn't matter if they're in America, if they are in Brazil, if they're in South Africa, if they're in England, in Finland, in Germany, in India. They have to know that Ulf really, really, really wants to go back to Zion. Now, not only him, but everybody, you know, who's represented by the stars. Everybody. And I would like to have like a real place in Jerusalem. Why? And I will tell you really why, because this is the birthplace of my daughters. I mean, these are the daughters of Zion. So it's a very, very personal issue. I'm the father, and I have to make sure that these what happened here in Jerusalem is constantly, permanently, absolutely, always on my heart. No, and there are currently people talking about the things I said in a very not so good way, and I'm carrying the weights of the punishments of things I didn't do. So one of the big points, for example, is here the Christian Embassy with my friend Yogi. He's executive director there. With Malcolm Hedding, who sits on the other side in Tennessee. I showed you. You know, and spreading the Ephraim fable. And that had consequences. You know. So, but the embassy, what can I say? I transformed the embassy in basically and laid the foundation of what the embassy is today, because I came there. Because the Lord told me to go there from Düsseldorf. I had no idea. So, but the Lord placed me there because for a time like this. Because right now nobody really knows what's happening here with the Temple Mount. Okay, now to resolve these whole issues, I mean, this is quite complicated because there are various you know, legal bodies involved, councils, you know, councils in New York, in America, and so on and so on. But it's a national issue. that this place here, that this place has inhabitants, and one of the inhabitants are my children and me. So this is why it becomes so personal, but it's also very, very private. So no, who would have known that I cause one day, because my daughter is right born here? Okay, who would have thought that one day, the Consulate General of the United States opens there? And when I want to go there, suddenly Obama stands in front of my house and I cannot come in. And I have problems because I want to bring a chauffeur. you know. So, um, so this is the birthplace of my daughter. And here's the second birthplace of Naomi. She was born in Misgafladach. So these are two girls who grew up in this absolutely beautiful land, and wherever there is a star, I brought them, like Abraham, like written in the Bible. I just did what it was written, So I was not a person who was believing something. No, I was reading this and I said, wow, this is pretty cool. Abraham did this. I want to do this. So I've been indeed at the grave of Abraham. I've been there. So while many people in this world, all these little stars, they want to know actually what's happening with Zion. Yeah, they should ask Ulf, and this is in a way. So now Ulf is currently in a very, very stupid situation because he's German. And the only point is, that as long as I'm here in Germany, it's a catastrophe. I'm German, and I'm guilty of everything because I have this stupid German ID, including my family, including every. But when I'm able to return to Zion, yeah, this is completely different. I bring my own nation, the nation of Ephraim, and the nation of Ephraim will have an embassy. It will have an embassy. Now, the preferred place, and this is why it's very serious, and I'm saying, okay, this is like very dirt cheap, $250,000 on Mount Zion. Now, who wouldn't want a location on Mount Zion? Who wouldn't want that? Regardless if you're a Jew, if you're a Gentile, now you want to have peace on Mount Zion because this is an address which was written in the Bible. So now, through me, through my story, this becomes real. This becomes real. This is not a dream anymore. This becomes real. And on 25/5, 2017, it is my 50th birthday. Until then, this is Christ's Ascension Day. So by then, I really want to solve this situation. And each star who is involved in this center around this absolute truth, which is centered around Jerusalem. And in this whole story, which could, goes on for 3,000, 4,000 years, at the end of time, now today, 2016 up to 2017, because of my testimonies and witnesses, whatever happened there, I have a say in this. And so my intention is, because I have nothing, I have nothing. I just bring peace. I bring a solution. It's a solution for my family, but not only for my family, my family who was born there. No, my whole house. For all the families I visited. For all the families I visited. So please, let's do this. It's 1 year.